Thank you, sir.
This is good. Okay, so, yeah, please, let's go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jeff Walker. I'm Assistant Superintendent of Supporting Services here in St. Mary's County. We're here this morning to recognize Oakville Elementary School as a recipient of the Silver Hammer Award. The Silver Hammer Award was established by the Maryland Comptroller, Mr. Franchot, to recognize the positive impact that superior maintenance practices have on the lifespan of a school building. He recognizes, as do we here in St. Mary's County, that consistent attention to everyday maintenance concerns such as painting, flooring, and wood refinishing can prevent larger problems and can maximize the resources that we invest in our school facilities. One of the commitments of our Board of Education is ensuring that our schools are well maintained, thoughtfully updated, and accommodating to all students and their learning. Our board's commitments include schools are well-maintained, safe, and welcoming learning environments. Schools support the social and emotional safety and well-being of students. School programs support the development of the whole child. Schools support learning, effectiveness, and efficiency. I want to talk for a minute about your school, but first I want to recognize our guests and honorees in attendance today. Welcome, Mr. Franchot.
Thank you.
We have Karen Sauter representing State Senator Steve Wall. Obviously, Mr. Carpenter, your principal. Ms. Diane Bronner, your Assistant Building Service Manager. St. Mary's County Public Schools Central Office staff who have had significant involvement in the work here. Mr. Larry Hartwick, Director of Design and Construction. Mr. Ashley Varner, Director of Operations. Mr. Steve Whidden, Director of Maintenance. Junior Armstrong, Logistics Manager. Mr. Warren Trosbach, Foreman of Engineering Trades. Mr. Mark Uncle, Foreman of, Mark's not here. Gary Benucci, Team Leader. Robert Morgan, Team Leader. Welcome to you all. Thank you for coming. Oakville Elementary School was built in 1966. Additions to the school were put on in 1976, 1998, and 2005. And you'd never know this is a 50-year-old building by walking in here, would you? That's what a lot of people say when they walk in. I did. Our guests today did as well. In 2012, we revitalized the car and bus parking lots, the air conditioning system, heating and air conditioning system, and your playground equipment as part of our commitment to your school and this community. Because of those investments and continued exceptional maintenance, Oakville Elementary now has some of the lowest energy use statistics per square foot in our school system. That's a great piece of information. I'd like to thank Maryland Comptroller Peter Franchot for recognizing these efforts and the value of investing in school facilities. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Franchot for the presentation of the Silver Hammer Award. He was elected Maryland's 33rd Comptroller in 2006. He was re-elected twice since then. Throughout his career, he's been a strong advocate for education and public schools. He serves on the 3-member Board of Public Works, which approves millions of dollars in state contracts each year. He's worked tirelessly to keep Maryland competitive in our knowledge-based economy, assisting working families and protecting the state's natural resources. We welcome Mr. Franchot to St. Mary's County and to Oakville Elementary School.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Dr. Walker. And if I'm lucky just to be here with you guys, if you have any questions about what I do, or what the governor does, or some of the important people in Annapolis, you think about it, and I'll take a few questions at the end. But I wanted to say how much I love otters. Really. I mean, what a beautiful animal. And what a nice thing that it is your mascot. And Dr. Walker, thank you for that nice introduction. Thank you for what the system does. I'm really here to salute, well, the captain of the ship is your principal. And I wonder if he could come up and receive something from me. does a great job, Principal Carter, and I recently had these Maryland Hero medallions made up, specifically for police and firemen, EMS, folks that protect our public safety. But I also had them made up for veterans. My dad, who just moved to Maryland, he's 94 years old, still sharp as a tack. He'd do really well in your school down here. Very good at math. But he was in World War II. He was a bomber pilot. Think of that. Back fighting, back in World War II, a long time ago. Anyway, I gave him the very first one of these Maryland Hero medallions, and I give them to veterans also, and I understand you may have had some military service. I am. Well, there you go. So I'm going to give one of my Maryland Hero medallions to Principal. When you guys see a veteran out there in your travels, in your family or your friends, give them a pat on the back, because the country appreciates their service. And then I've got one of these medallions. I don't know whether if Diane Brower can come up. Yep, for Diane Brower. Come on up, Diane. She's the only one without a coat and tie on here in the room, so you know she's been working hard. Diane, I don't know whether you ever were in the military or first responder, but I'm going to give you one of these Maryland Hero medallions regardless. I had them made up. I paid for them, so I get to give them to whoever I want. Diane, you are spectacular. This is a very important honor for Oakville, and I really appreciate you kids coming out and witnessing it. Here's the situation. We're a very rich state. Maryland is one of, if not the richest state in the United States. We're lucky. We have a lot of education, a lot of assets, skilled people. We have a lot of jobs and a lot of economic activity. And your folks pay a lot of taxes. We don't have enough money for all of the new schools that we need. A lot of people come to Maryland because they want their kids to be in schools like this. But the problem is we just don't have enough money to constantly build new ones to meet the capacity. So we're emphasizing, let's take care of what we have. And this school got a 93% score on the state maintenance survey. What's that? Is that someone walking in and looking at the hallway and saying, gee, it looks pretty clean, I'll give them a 93%? It's someone coming in and measuring with 37 different engineering criteria exactly what's going on in the school as far as its structure, as far as how you kids treat it. Everything is looked at. And the fact that it got a 93% score, trust me, is it's very difficult to achieve. And Diane and you and your colleagues, would you please give them my a special thanks, because it's an extraordinarily good job, and I couldn't be happier to come down and present this year's Silver Hammer Award to Oakville Elementary. And I think Lorenzo and Elvis, do you guys know all the maintenance people? You know who they are? Yeah, well, make sure you go up and give them a pat on the back, because along with you guys, obviously you pitch in, but they're the ones that have made this, as Mr. Walker said, this 50-year-old school. Other parts of the state, a 50-year-old school has to be torn down. Can you believe that? Because people haven't taken care of it. This school's been taken care of, and you guys have been part of that. So Governor Hogan and Treasurer Cobb and I are committed to exercising our obligations as some of your state leaders to emphasize school maintenance, because it saves the state a lot of money, but it also gives you guys, as Dr. Walker said, a safe and healthy place to do your learning. So let's see, I guess we have the county folks here too. If they could come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys without neckties. That's what I need. Yeah.
And your bosses are fabulous. No, come on up. These are my much coveted comptroller medallions. These are given to Marylanders who make a difference. And thank you guys for working with the school team to make this school a very special place and earn that superior rating. As you know, it's not easy. Yep. I've gone all over the state. I've visited 300 schools. And so I can tell you that there's something really distinctive going on in this school. I attribute it to the principal and the teachers, of course, to the faculty and to the county, you know, et cetera, but it basically comes down to the principal, Diane and her team, these guys backing them up. So give them all a round of applause. Come on back up here. You guys can stick around if you want to. I'm going to give this proclamation on behalf of the great state of Maryland to Oakville Elementary School in St. Mary's County in recognition of receiving the Comptroller's Silver Hammer Award for 2016. Diane, the hard work and unwavering dedication of your staff demonstrates the importance Maryland schools place in creating a healthy and safe environment for students. As one of only 24 schools statewide receiving this honor, your continued maintenance and upkeep efforts serve as an example of fiscal responsibility that all public facilities should strive to emulate. My heartfelt thanks, gratitude, and best wishes for the future presented this 24th day of May, 2016. Here is the actual award. Hopefully we put it up, Mr. Principal, come on up here. Maybe you can put it up in your, somewhere where the kids can see it. And I got a photograph, not sure who, come on in, guys.
Maybe if we come in front of the flag.
Okay, let's step in front, yeah, good. Dr. Walker, come on up here. I'm not sure which one of you guys, I don't mean just, I have a tie on, so I know I'm not doing stuff, but if you want to come up, I'd love to have you in the photo. And maybe give us a 1, 2, 3. Emily?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so thank you guys very much, and if I could take a few questions from the kids, if anyone has a question. Has anyone ever seen an otter?